Now going on to the business blunder of the day, you have Ford announcing a recall due to a drive shaft because it might break. Now specifically, they are recalling 238,364 Ford Explorers because the rear axle mounting bolt on some of the models may fracture and cause the drive shaft to disconnect. Which, geez Louise. Again, I don't know who's doing their quality control. It is a very, very complex thing to manufacture an automobile. There are quite literally thousands upon thousands of components and parts that go into it from a myriad of manufacturers. It's not just the one company making everything in-house. But you really got, I don't know, they just need to test the parts better or put them through put it through a torture test more. Because we're having more and more of these issues when it comes to Ford. Well, I should say more than average, which I would say many is saying something. Now, according to the National Highway Traffic Association, a disconnected drive shaft can result. I was going to say, we don't need to know. I guess perhaps if you don't know anything about automobiles, you might need this explanation. But in terms of, it is funny that the NHTSA had to clarify this. Although it's a government agency, they have to perhaps prove they need to be around. And they say, quote, a disconnected drive shaft can result in a loss of power or a vehicle rollaway if the parking brake is not applied, unquote. Which, again, yes, drivetrain is how you drive. Just look, I was going to say, a simple engine diagram or diagram of a vehicle would tell you that, but just the word in and of itself, if you think about it, makes sense. But thank you for your tip, NHTSA. Now, they also claim that, quote, either of these scenarios can increase the risk of a crash, unquote. Really? You don't say, government entity. If I lose the ability to control the speed of the vehicle, it may increase the odds of a crash? Thank you for your service. Your funding has surely been well spent. See, that was a joke. Now, they continue to say that dealers will replace the subframe bushing and the rear axle bolt. They will also inspect the rear axle cover for the damage near the bolt hole location and replace the new cover if any damage is found. Now, Ford did claim that they are aware of 396 reports of rear axle bolt failures, which they correlate to less than 5% resulted in a roll in park or loss of power condition. The company also said it was not aware of any reports of accidents or injuries related to the issue, and it does cover model years 2020 to 2022. Now, it's also one of those issues where it is, of course, thankfully, no one is injured from this type of recall yet. And, of course, as the manufacturer, they're going to fix it for free. You just got to take it to the dealership, like most recalls to begin with. But to have their name in the news so often with all of these recalls, and again, the competition is fierce. There's a lot of options these days for automobiles, and many of them are more reliable than average. It'd be interesting to see if this changes consumer perception when it comes to their SUVs, which, again, that's the most important part of the business is SUVs and trucks, because those are the most profitable vehicles that are sold in the United States on average. So it'll be interesting to see if this slows down their sales cycle a little bit, or maybe decreases sentiment around the company. It'll be fascinating to see, but I always say time shall tell. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so if you could click that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the feedback is greatly appreciated if you put comments in the videos. I always try to get to them as soon as possible and try to take that feedback to make the show better and better for everyone. Also, if you take the time to like the video and share the video, that's supposed to help with the YouTube algorithm. Hard to say how they program it these days, but if you do those things, I greatly appreciate it. Lastly, and also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.